Dirty deeds. Done dirt cheap. Right?
I specifically said no. They're rocking out.
That's what Barack Obama did. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Barack Obama. They paid. Yes. Absolutely. Having trouble with your Trump on the ballot. Here's what you got to do, Obama said. Pick up the phone. Call the informant. Call him anytime. 624-368. I lead a life of crime. I tell you that, Obama. Hey, if you got Trump on the ballot, here's what you got to do. Pick up the phone. Call me. I'm always at home. Ready to go. The informant. Oh, my God. Only in America. What a country. Remember that comedian that always did, what a country, right? Only. I said this morning, it will probably be easier. Oh, they're going nuts that Trump got rolled over the tariff deal with China, and it didn't happen, folks. Trump did not get rolled. He is actually negotiating. And, you know, here is the thing. Before I get into Lieutenant Governor, just write this down on a piece of paper. Will the media come out on the day that the trade deficit shrinks? Even an ounce, if it goes down just a little bit. If it goes down 50 billion, if it goes down any, will the media come out and lead with the trade deficit between us and China, or the trade deficit between the American manufacturers and the world and our farmers, our agriculture, has shrunk any? Will they lead with that story? I want to know, because when that day comes, I want to see them lead with the story that Trump's negotiations and what is happening in the world has actually shrunk the trade deficit. We'll see what happens there. But I said this morning, it will be easier for Trump to negotiate new tariffs, new trade agreements with China, denuclearize North Korea, than for us to be able to end the deep state here in America. All these bureaucracies. We'll talk about that a little later. It's election day. I'm your host, BKP. It's election day here in Georgia, and that means we have some major state races. You have some local races on the ballot. You have commissioner races in Fannin County. You have Board of Education races in Fannin County, Gilmer, all over the state you have these races. Here's an interesting race up in Union County. Now, before we go, do me a favor, find me a picture. I want to do this race, Mickey Cummings and Matthew Gurtler. Get me that picture and tell me when you have those, okay? And I didn't have these on the list, so I'm sorry. And I want to say Amanda does an outstanding job. Just, hey, could you get that for me? So anyhow, in North Georgia, there's a particularly interesting race that we've been watching, and it's the Georgia 8th District, House District. And it's currently held by Mr. No. And we didn't label him Mr. No. Actually, the AJC wrote an article and called Matthew Gurtler Mr. No, representative from the 8th District. He has voted out of 188 votes. I think he voted 74 times no. He voted 20 of those 74 times. He voted no all by himself. He was the lone no in the wilderness there, 20 times out of the 74 votes. No votes. And then out of the 74 votes, I think it was 34 or 36, somewhere around there. That's Matthew Gurtler. Somewhere around there, he was only within 3, so the House would vote 169 to 3, and he'd be one of 3, about 36 times that had no votes. So anyhow, that got him named I'm going to call him the hero, I forget the exact award, of the State Georgia Republican Assembly. Got him the Conservative Hero of the Year award. Leave him up there because I'm still talking about him. I got some other things I want to say. He won the no vote, but he upset some people, particularly the governor of Georgia and particularly Speaker of the House David Ralston. And they had a rally for Mickey Cummings. Let's put Mickey up. I want to switch him back and forth. I'm sorry, we'll put Mickey up. This is his opponent, Mickey Cummings, up there in the 8th District. So Speaker of the House David Ralston and Governor Nathan Deal went up last week. I attended that. Put the video up there if you want to watch it and see if it's not too late. Voting all day long. I think polls close at 7. So if you, Mickey Cummings, they had a rally, and Governor and David Ralston went up and supported Mickey Cummings along with about other 150 in the room that are running against him. So Gurtler, go back to Matthew. If he wins tonight, how am I saying this properly? How emboldened will he be? If Matthew Gurtler wins tonight, I don't even think he's hit 30. Is he 30? Damn it, are you in that room?
No, he's not. He's my age. He's 28.
Did you have to, are you 28?
I will be 28 in November, but we graduated the same year.
Why'd you lie when you came for the interview? You said you was like 23.
I did not.
Okay, anyhow. Gurtler's not even, he's not even 30 years old.
Nope.
So if he wins tonight, okay, he will have a lot of money stacked against him that came from other state representatives around the state against him. He will have had the governor campaign against him. He will have had the Speaker of the House campaign against him. So just how big will he feel if he becomes the winner tonight when he goes to Atlanta next fall? Will he feel so big, like big as Speaker of the House big? How emboldened will he be? Now, let's go over here. There's a race in Union County. Will this resonate in Rabun, White, and Towns? Now, not just that Matthew Gurtler is voted no on the budget, which there's a lot of stuff in there for education, and Mickey Cummings is making it sound like that Gurtler's no vote on the budget was a no vote on education. But here's the big one. Union County has an EPLOST on the ballot. Now, this is simple. You're not going to like this. This is where people get mad at me, and I end the show at 10 o'clock, and really the care rolls off my back whether I do or not. Sometimes you just got to say the facts, and you know somebody's going to get upset. Now, there's an election in Union County today, Georgia, on EPLOST. That's Education Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. Now it runs out and they renew it. Okay, it's 1 penny. And it goes to capital improvements. The school system can use it to buy buses, capital improvements, build new buildings, whatever. Okay, it runs out. Now, Matthew Gurtler, put 2 and 2 together, Matthew Gurtler, okay, won the statewide Georgia Republican Assembly Conservative of the Year award. He's their hero. Second, okay, he's their Legislative Hero of the Year. Second, there are chapters. So the Union County Georgia Republican Assembly, all right, has endorsed Matthew Gurtler. Well, that's nice. They can do that. So they've endorsed him. But the Union County, okay, Georgia Republican Assembly endorsed Union County Cares. Union County Cares has been a full-fledged, in-your-face campaign to end EPLOST, asking you to vote no on EPLOST. They want to end it. They want you to vote no. Okay? So, realistically, if you're a no vote or if you're a participant, okay, in the no vote category, you're Matthew Gurtler's supporter. Those are his supporters. If you're a yes vote in Union County to renew the EPLOST, if the teachers and the administration, if you're a yes vote to renew the EPLOST, then Mickey Cummings is your candidate. And that's pretty simple. He's supporting the yes. Now Gurtler will not. He'll say that's a county issue, that's a local issue. But the reality is his supporters are working hard day and night. The people that are working hard day and night for Matthew Gurtler are working hard day and night to end EPLOST. Now, will the ending of EPLOST, because it gets very controversial in the school system with teachers and so forth, and administrators and Board of Education, they want you to put that back in place. So will that resonate, even though they're not on the ballot, with the people thinking, well, wait a minute, if these people want no on EPLOST and Matthew Gurtler is tied to that unofficially, but he is, does that resonate in Towns? Does that resonate in Rabun? Does that resonate in White? So that's an interesting one to watch tonight. But Matthew Gurtler wins tonight. Just how bold will he go when he gets to the Gold Dome in January? Okay, let's move on from that one. I threw that one in there, but was that worth talking about?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. So and it's just a fact. It's where some people don't.
Really, all it comes down to is what you agree with at EPLOST to me. So
exactly. And when I said, this is where people are going to get mad at me, I know they're going to get mad at me because they're going to say Matthew Gurtler did not endorse the noted EPLOST. No, but come on, tell the truth, damn it. If you see the same people, I've watched the pickup trucks. I know the people. They have a stack of no vote signs in the car, and they have a stack of Gurtler signs in the car. And they get out on the side of the road, and they put a Matthew Gurtler and a vote no to EPLOST together, and it's the same people. I mean, seriously. So I understand he's not officially. Same thing with Mickey Cummings on the yes votes. Okay, Lieutenant Governor of Georgia. Who wants to be the next Lieutenant Governor of Georgia? Let's do this one before we do the Georgia governor's race. Okay, Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, we have Jeff Duncan. Jeff Duncan, come on down, former minor league baseball player, and he also, House of Representatives, these are Republican candidates. Jeff Duncan is a former Georgia Tech standout who pitched 6 seasons in the Miami Marlins minor league system. 2001 reconstructive shoulder surgery forced him to end his career. Duncan decided to run for office in 2011, and he won the seat in 2012 by 55 votes. He is a member of the House of Representatives. Now, this is unusual because Jeff Duncan is a member of the House of Representatives. It is kind of unusual that a member of the House of Representatives wants to move over across the Capitol to the other side to the Senate, because your lieutenant governor presides over the Senate in the state of Georgia. But Jeff Duncan is probably number 2 vote getter here. Will this be a runoff? This is going to be close. This is going to be the one that may be won outright, but Jeff Duncan has had a good social media campaign. He has had a lot of face-to-face. He has done the traveling. He's been across the state. He's been in. I was in a living room with him up there in Towns County, Georgia, not long ago. He has been at our office here. He's eat breakfast, had coffee, and went for an evening coffee at houses all over the state. So he's worked hard for it. Now there's also the state Rick Jeffries. He's from Henry County, and he resides in Locust Grove. And Jeffries is a state senator from the Georgia 17th District. He was elected in 2010. Jeffries has not been able to put the statewide campaign together as strong as he probably would have hoped to have. He did not get the endorsement support of many. What happens in the state Senate and down there in the capitals, they start walking around. These guys, let me just tell you the inside baseball, whether they want to admit it or not, they start walking around the halls of the Capitol a year in advance. Not this session, they already know, but last year. So they start walking around last year in session, and they start talking to everybody, and hey, if I throw my name in the hat, will you support me? And what's interesting is 3 candidates will go to the same senator and leave with the same senator's support. Did you hear that correctly? 3 candidates will go to a senator and leave with the same senator's support. Hey, you know, if I decide to run for Secretary of State or I decide to run for the Lieutenant Governor, you think you can get behind me? Sure, I think that's something I can do. 5 minutes later, you come out of the bathroom. Hey, I'm thinking about running for Secretary of State. If I do, you think you can get behind me? Sure, that's something I think I can do. I think I can do that. I'll have to get back to you, but I think I can do that. And, you know, same senator endorses 3 different candidates in the same day in the halls of the Capitol there, and they won't admit that. So what happens is you got a guy like Rick Jeffries, who is in the Senate, that leaves and goes home and says to his wife, hey, I've got 18 senators that support me. I'm just using these numbers. Don't quote me on this. I got 18 senators that support me, and I really think I can make a statewide race, because what happens is you need those senators all across the state to get that statewide race, because they're the ones that help get your name out. Because you're locked in a Senate district, they don't know you in these other areas. So that's where that support is big to help get your name out in the statewide campaign. Well, Jeffries did not quite get that support he was probably looking for, and maybe a lack of enough money to really do a hard campaign. Jeffries will probably be 3rd in this race for Lieutenant Governor. That's Jeff Duncan. Jeffries will probably be 3rd in this race. The winner outright, my prediction, will be David Schaefer. That's my prediction tonight in the primary. Republican David Schaefer. He's been in the Senate. He was appointed executive director of the Georgia Republican Party at 25 years old. At 25 years old, Schaefer was appointed executive director of the Georgia Republican Party. Let me tell you something. At 25 years old, when he was appointed executive director of the Georgia Republican Party, Georgia Republican Party was in minority. Georgia Republican Party held the minority in the Senate, was in the minority in the House, did not have the governor's house mansion in his state when this 25-year-old kid got appointed executive director of the Republican Party. David Schaefer, you can call him establishment, you can call him party line, you could call him whatever, but he was there as the Georgia Republican Party made every move, did everything, and pressed forward to make the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the governor's house Republican. He has a lot to do with laying that groundwork. He has a lot to do with moving the party forward in the state of Georgia and the direction it has gone in to secure all the branches of government in Georgia. That being said, he's also a state senator. He has been the Senator pro temp right under Casey Cagle, but he resigned that last year so he could focus on his race. When his race first started, there was an attempt to smear him with a sexual harassment case. It went away. It went away because it was nothing. It was a nothing burger, as Reince Priebus would say, a nothing burger, and it was vetted through the Senate, a Senate committee that looked into it. Nothing to see. He has come out strong. The strongest commercial I've seen this year. I've heard so many people talk about the best commercials, and yes, ones that appeal to us by Second Amendment, is David Schaefer's commercial saying that he was adopted. It's showing the picture of him as a young man, and he was adopted in Georgia. He was adopted, and he has loving parents. And he talks about the adoption bill. So David Schaefer is one that there's a prediction around the state. There's talk around the state that Schaefer could come out of this 3 Republican primary challenge race with 50+1. Remember, Georgia is a 50+1 state, 50% plus 1 vote. There's talk that Schaefer could be the guy to do that. If not, A runoff would likely be between David Schaefer and Jeff Duncan. There are Democrats in the race. Like I said, all of these races will be contested. And this election this year in the state of Georgia will go to November. Generally, they don't go to November, but this one will. Trina Arnold James is a Democrat challenger, and Sarah Riggs Amenko is a Democrat challenger. There's two there on that side of the ballot for the primary. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and it's time to talk about the Georgia governor's race. And yes, we will, I promise, do some national news. But it is Election Day in Georgia, and we're focusing on that and our election coverage all day long. Twitter, Facebook, you name it, our election coverage all day long into the night here with FYNTV.com. Take us a break, Amanda.